Start breakfast biscuits and Now biscuits.
PNG Law Society calls for military presence in anger. And city governor supports the call of Vagrancy Act. And PNG signs framework agreement with Vanuatu.
A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I am Luis Maingu. Thank you for joining us. In regards to the escalating lawlessness and violence in Enga province, as well as other hotspot areas across the country that has reached an unprecedented and dangerous level, Papua New Guinea Law Society President Hubert Namani is now making an urgent call for military call-out to address lawlessness and rising violence.
In his statement, he said it is now critical that the government exercises its constitutional authority under Section 204 of the Constitution to issue a call-out of the Defence Force in aid of the civil power. He said immediate and decisive action is necessary to restore order, protect lives, and safeguard our communities. He said the recent killings in Enga and the surge of violence in once peaceful regions like East New Britain are shocking the nation to the core. The graphic images flooding social media reveal a brutal reality that is becoming alarmingly common. He said these acts of violence and lawlessness highlight the urgent need for intervention before our country plunges deeper into chaos. Namani stated that the state must use its full force to curb this disturbing rise in crime, and the defense force must be mobilized to support the police force in restoring peace. He further called on the government to prioritize the removal of illegal firearms which continue to fuel such violence. James Guken, National EMTV News.
The National Capital District Police launched the drunk patrol operation yesterday and will continue to the remaining months of this year and next year, according to the acting National Capital District Metropolitan Superintendent Mazuk Rubiang.
Superintendent Rubiang, while speaking to the officers from the NCD Command before they were deployed to their respective areas of operations in the city, told his officers that the operation should start early as the city is facing a lot of law and order problems.
We start early our Christmas operation because of the situation in our command. We will continue this operation until 2025. But once again, on behalf of the command, our ICP commissioner and our rank and files in the command, I take this time to thank each and every one of you once again.
He said the law and order problem in the city threatens the international community and the city residents. He said police visibility in all public areas must be maintained.
We are the authority. We will fight, and we will fight. We will make sure our confidence are given back to people of the country. The Port City is the gateway to Papua New Guinea. It's the capital of Papua New Guinea. And it's not good that sort of situation can affect our own country, our main city. Our people living here, they have to be safe. Your people, your family, they're shopping here, market here. Your kids are attending schools in here. And this is our place.
Rubiang further called on the public to help support the police and do things according to the law in place. Operation Commander Chief Inspector Toby Hamago, who supported the idea of police doing drunk patrol, called on all officers to obey instructions and work as a team to help fight law and order problems in the city.
We will improve on that next Friday. Okay, it will become a habit for us now. On Friday we will come around this time.
The operation of drunk patrol comes under the operation code name Operation Harim Talk, which the police officers will be doing patrols, stop searches of vehicles, apprehending people who are consuming liquor in public places, selling liquor at unauthorized locations and at unauthorized times, and also apprehend people who the police think they are about to commit offense or had committed offenses. James Guken, National EMTV News.
Governor for the National Capital District, Paul Sparkup, has supported the call to pass the Vagrancy Act in Parliament. Sparkup stated that the act would help identify and remove individuals who exhibit a tendency to commit crimes.
In a recent media briefing, Governor for NCD Paul Sparkup mentioned that the proposed vagrancy bill is drafted in a way that it complies with the constitutional requirement. Governor Sparkup said it is a strong tool and is ready for intervention.
Ready to use that tool once Parliament passes it. We should all allow this Vagrancy Act to be passed because, as I said, it's targeted at those who we can say becoming, cannot live with everybody else because they have a tendency to commit violence, no respect. They engage in criminal activities. Those type of people don't deserve to live among everybody else in a multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-faith, multinational city like Port Moresby. You're better off living in your own kind, in your own tribal areas. That's basically the core of the Vagrancy Act. So,
Governor further stated that the bill, when approved in Parliament, it will apply to everyone, whether you are employed or unemployed.
Senior public servants or corporate leader, or if you have a tendency or prone to commit violence, engage in violence, tribal violence or street violence, or including GVB, you are frequent, perpetrator of GVB, you don't deserve to live in Port Moresby. This is our capital.
Sparkup said he will present the bill in the next Parliament sitting in November this year.
I've submitted it and I'm ready to present it come this Parliament sitting in the end of November. And I would like to call on the private business committee to sit and approve this bill. We've wasted 1 year of VONC, and problems are mounting and multiplying, so we must start to have solution.
Governor said he has consulted the law enforcement hierarchy and they are in favor of the bill.
NCD Governor Paul Sparkup said NCD has developed a concept with a potential investor to transform the Gordon's Transport Exchange Center into a proper bus terminal.
Following the ongoing law and order issues faced not only at Gordon's, but throughout all bus stops in the nation's capital, Governor Sparkup called on RTA to work in partnership with NCDC.
The problem at Gordon's is that public transport there is a disaster. So this is why city manager has mentioned that RTA must come on board. NCDC, we build the roads and bus stops. But we don't look after, we are not responsible for public transport in the city. So managing them, regulating them, how they park, how they organize themselves, and work along Road Transport Authority. A number of representation to Minister for Transport to get rid of RTA and give us the power. But it's not happening, so our approach now is to work with RTA. Maybe national government want to keep RTA, so we work with RTA. We have no choice.
He further gave an update of transforming Gordon's bus stop into a major bus terminal transport exchange center.
Our concept, we have developed it with a potential investor so that it's a win-win public-private partnership. This concept involves getting the police headquarters into that area, also building some other facilities like apartment blocks and so on. And within that concept too, we will have a proper a bus terminal transport exchange center out there in Gordon's.
The concept of transforming Gordon's is ready to be presented to the police minister and the commissioner.
There is a concept too, in the concept too for a major shopping mall. So in our concept, we have to think about how to fund this redevelopment, including funding the new police barracks. So we have come up with this concept that involve transforming the Gordon's police barracks area and at the same time building a new barracks.
Governor Pakop confirmed that Gordon's is no longer safe. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Governor Pakop said he is planning to move the police headquarters from Konedobu to Gordon's police barracks and remove the barracks. He stated this during the opening of No. 1 Plaza at Gordon's yesterday.
So today, I want to announce that we have already have a design. We have come up with a developer. We are going to submit the proposal to the Minister for Police and the Commissioner for Police, and I want them to support that proposal. Part of that proposal is to bring the police headquarters away from Koni to come here to near the Waigani Government Center here at their land on what used to be and will soon, I hope, used to be Gordon's Police Barracks. We moved the barracks out, police headquarters there, then we divide part of the land, maybe about 4 hectares or 5 hectares can become the bus terminal. We need a proper bus terminal. So it's incumbent on us to get this right. Put a service station there. The design also includes rewarding the private developer.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
They wanted time by me plantation house.
Making Dinnerman House belong family belong you come true. Winning House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy him on the 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside lo bag, enter him all details belong you na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy him now. Terms and conditions apply.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Now chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus we're ready to go.
Nipla Halivim Wari belong you.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hi, my name is Bao Waiko, and welcome to this exciting journey into the world of cocoa farming. In this series of Skills TV, We're going to embark on an adventure exploring the world of cocoa production for better quality, increased production, improved livelihoods and ecological prosperity.
7:30 p.m. Sunday, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. NCD Governor Powers Pakop has appealed to the city residents, especially young men, to respect and support the first ever NCD Women's Expo and Summit that will take place in November.
The Expo and Summit for NCD Women was announced yesterday by the Governor Powers Pakop.
I would like to call on, as many people as possible, but particularly women and girls, to turn up. It's your time to be visible, your time to be, make a statement and participate in an activity that is predominantly there for women and girls of our capital city. We are going to make sure safety is to the highest level, and I want to call on all the men, especially young men in our city, to respect that space.
Governor Powers Pakop also appealed to the national government to support this event.
Although it's a provincial, city, subnational summit, but we want to extend it to them so that they have a platform to pronounce the national government commitment. For me too, I want it to be a success so that all my colleagues in the provinces too, all must welcome too. Yeah, they must energize and support the women and girls in their province and district.
Prime Minister James Marape has signed a framework agreement with Vanuatu's Prime Minister Charlotte Salwai Tabi-Masmas. The signing of the agreement took place in Samoa at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting.
The framework agreement commits the two countries to pursue, develop and implement economic and technical cooperation within Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu for the benefit of their people. The agreement provides an overarching framework under which the two parties can initiate, develop and implement subsidiary cooperation understanding and agreements between various sectors and areas of development. Prime Minister Marape said the agreement is a milestone achievement for both countries. It will foster and deepen a long relationship the two countries have as members of the Melanesian spearheaded group, including PNG's small role in Vanuatu receiving its independence as a country. Malinta Yopolo, National MTV News.
Following the recent launching of the satellite casino in Port Moresby, NCD Governor Powers Pakop talked on the number of issues that need to be addressed before allowing the casino to be opened in PNG.
I am aware of that letter, and I was away when the launching happened, so I have made it known to the developer and the government that there are a number of issues that are, prerequisite to that casino being allowed to open. One, proper license by National Gaming and Control Board. Secondly, physical planning. And thirdly, building board. So on the part of physical planning and building board, physical planning, I'm the chair, so they will have to get approval from physical planning. It's a prerequisite. And of course, building board.
Holiday Inn Hotel, situated in the nation's capital and managed by the Intercontinental Hotels Group and owned by #1 Super Melanesian Trustee Services, renamed its Coffee House restaurant to Firehouse yesterday evening.
Through years of providing a family-oriented hospitality to national and international guests, Coffee House has evolved to not only serving coffee and breakfast, but other daily meals.
The Coffee House is now no longer just a coffee house, and now it is evolved to pizzas and steaks and buffet. And so we thought, no, let's move Coffee House to our lobby, which a grab-and-go concept, so you can come in and grab a salad.
Sandwiches.
Cakes, donuts, we've got the best donuts in town. And then we said, well, what are we going to call our restaurant? So we sat down together and we started with all our team, and we started saying, well, what can we call it? So many names. We even ran a competition. And then and none of the names were actually really stuck. And so we said, well, what are we doing? We're cooking with a lot of fire, right? We've got pizza, the wood fire oven, we've got the charcoal with fire. So we went, hang on a minute, there's a lot of fire going on. And then we started playing, and Firehouse came out.
The recent refurbishments at Holiday Inn have revitalized the iconic hotel, including the opening of the Firehouse restaurant that promises to raise the culinary landscape of Port Moresby.
So what this has really done for us is that we've actually renovating the lobby space, we're renovating the rooms. So this is just bringing Holiday Inn to the place, the hotel and the restaurant to come and stay at when you're in Port Moresby.
The new look brings in a whole new experience for the hotel guests.
Look, it's been very well accepted. Look, business is a little tough at the moment because, we're waiting for some of these projects to come around. But people, every time they walk in, they love what we've done. We've just made it like a brand new hotel.
The hotel was established in 1986 and has long been a staple of hospitality in Port Moresby, featuring 437 rooms, versatile conference rooms and event venues nestled within 12 acres of scenic gardens. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
The Center of Excellence in Financial Inclusion held a workshop recently, focusing on creating teacher resource books and students' activity books for students in prep to grade 6.
The workshop was officially commenced by the Curriculum Division's First Assistant Secretary, Stephen Tandale, and witnessed by CEFI's Executive and Deputy Director. 25 participants from diverse educational backgrounds attended the workshop, combining their expertise to develop materials for both comprehensive and applicable in real classroom settings. The resource books will cover important financial topics like savings, budgeting, banking services, debt management, investments, and insurance. The workshop aims to align financial education content with the existing syllabus for grades prep to grade 2, grades 3 to 5, grades 6 to 8, and grades 9 to 12. The goal is to promote informed decision-making and improve students' financial awareness at an early age. The workshop will conclude on the 1st of November, where a follow-up workshop will be held before the end of the year to develop the resource books for grades 7 to 12, focusing on advanced topics like investment, superannuation, and retirement. Claire Mauta, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
They one time by me plantation house.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come through. Whittam House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy 1 the 10 kg roots rice, hide him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems, and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
I want to tell a contemporary story of the island in collaboration with 3 Papua New Guinean sailors.
Other people here tell me that the wind is too strong for sailing.
To us is this one. Don't worry about internet.
We want to uplift our province and our country.
The conditions have been unforgiving. The men crossing over into Indonesian waters in the middle of the monsoon season.
We're gonna get sick and die.
Our canoe is already breaking down.
You're watching National EMTV News. Now moving to overseas news. Israeli military is conducting precise strikes on military targets in Iranian state. Media is reporting multiple explosions in the capital Tehran as well as the neighboring city.
The airstrike killed a cameraman and a broadcast engineer from the pro-Iran, pro-Hezbollah network Al Mayadeen television and a cameraman from the Hezbollah-owned Al Manar TV. They were among 18 journalists staying in the compound, and the journalists had moved to that village, Hasbaya, from further south because they believed it was a safer place from which to cover the conflict. They were told there was no active Hezbollah military activity in that area and the village had not been targeted by Israel. They also said they'd made UN peacekeepers aware of their location and the UN had passed on to the Israelis that it was a media contingent that was staying in that compound. We spoke to one of the Lebanese journalists who was staying there when it was struck, and here's what she told us.
We went out to check on each other's, and unfortunately, we found out that 3 of our colleagues had been killed.
The Lebanese government has called the strike a war crime. The Committee to Protect Journalists says it's outraged and appalled, and this is not the first time that Israel has killed journalists working in Lebanon. And in fact, the Committee to Protect Journalists says the toll from this conflict now stands at 131 journalists and media workers. The vast majority of those are Palestinians who were killed by Israel inside Gaza. Speaking of Gaza, reports are now that conditions there are getting even worse, particularly from Israel's intense campaign around the Jabalia camp in northern Gaza. The Israeli military says it has forced 45,000 Palestinians to evacuate that area. It says it has killed hundreds of Hamas fighters there in clashes. We know there's also been an Israeli attack and activity on one of the main hospitals in that area, and some of the casualty reports coming in from that offensive are very high. There's enormous international concern around the displacement and the casualties in northern Gaza. The United Nations Human Rights High Commissioner Volker Turk says Israel's actions risk emptying the entirety of the area of all Palestinians. He says Israel is asking Palestinians to choose between displacement, again forced displacement, or being caught in an active combat zone. And he says Israel's actions could be atrocity crimes, possibly even extending to crimes against humanity. He's asked the international community to immediately step in to end what's occurring in northern Gaza. And the High Commissioner has also asked Palestinian militants to stop operating from amongst civilians.
Polls are open in Queensland's hotly contested election. Premier Stephen Miles is aiming to secure a fourth term for Labor, while David Crease is hoping to lead the LNP to victory after 9 years in opposition.
Well, the Premier said he wants to win a term in his own right. By that, he's referring to the fact that he obviously took the reins from former Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk when she resigned and stepped down late last year. He says he's made the most of every day in the 10 months since he was appointed, and he wants a chance to deliver on the promises he's made to Queenslanders, not just during this election campaign, but in the 10 months since. And he wants to make a difference in Queenslanders' lives. He has had a fairly successful campaign, so he'll be hoping to ride that momentum home. But look, opposition leader David Crisafulli has been campaigning hard on a fresh start. He says the LNP has the right plan to deliver it. So repeatedly through the campaign, he's asked this question of Queenslanders: are things getting better or worse when it comes to youth crime, health, housing and cost of living? And who has the right plan for Queenslanders' future? And he says that's the LNP. Well, there's a few, mainly cost of living, crime, housing, and we saw during the election campaign, abortion. Look, cost of living in particular has been the Premier's target, again, not just during the campaign, but long before. Of course, Labor's centre policy is their 50-cent public transport fares, so it costs 50 cents to just catch public transport anywhere in Queensland. That's Labor's key policy. You might remember he caught a bus, a 50-cent bus, to Government House to dissolve Parliament at the start of the election campaign, so really trying to hone that policy home. The LNP has also committed to keeping that policy. Labor's also promised free lunches for state school students and state-owned petrol stations. It should be said too, there's been a little bit of criticism, if you will, or questions rather asked about the feasibility of implementing particularly those state-owned petrol stations and the lunches, and if they're policies you sort of announce when you know you're not going to potentially form government. The Premier does concede there'll be challenges with them. But David Crisafulli, meanwhile, has really been focused on law and order and crime. He's promised to introduce adult time for adult crime, so sentencing young offenders the same way an adult would, who commit serious offences as well, like manslaughter and murder, of course, and also unlawful use of a motor vehicle. He's staked his leadership on reducing, the victim crime rate, the number of victims to crime in Queensland. And just finally, I think it's important to mention, of course, abortion has really emerged as a key election issue throughout this campaign. I think all of Australia has seen it. Queensland, for brief background, Queensland decriminalised abortion in 2018, but Robbie Katter from the Katter's Australian Party kind of early on in the campaign said he would introduce a bill to repeal the law. David Crisafulli has vowed there will be no change to the law if he's elected, and he believes in a woman's right.
Former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries has pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking charges.
Mr. Jeffries is accused of 1 count of sex trafficking and 15 counts of prostitution. Prosecutors say the alleged scheme ran from 2008 to 2015, with the indictment reading that victims were forced to consume alcohol, drugs and perform sex acts against their will. They were also required to sign non-disclosure agreements, the indictment said.
One of the world's most prolific online abusers, who drove one of his victims to take her own life, has been jailed for life in Northern Ireland. Alexander McCartney admitted 185 charges involving 70 children, although the court was told the number of victims is actually much higher.
Simran Thomas lived thousands of miles away from the abuser who caused her death.
Why? Why was the biggest question. Why? This is the Sunday we took her home before her passing. She has bright red lipstick on, getting into that stage of her life. To be a teenager, she almost was.
Alexander McCartney was blackmailing Simran. He had initially pretended to be a teenage girl. to trick Simran into sending him explicit pictures of herself. He went through the same sickening routine with 3,500 victims, telling them he would post the photos publicly unless they carried out acts of abuse for his sexual gratification. 3 minutes after McCartney's last message to Simran, the emergency services received this call.
What happened? She fell? Shot herself? Yeah, get her to get rags, put pressure on that, control the bleeding as much as you can. I need to secure the firearm. Is it close by?
18 months later, Simran's father, Ben, took his own life without knowing what had led to his daughter's suicide. Police and prosecutors on both sides of the Atlantic worked to bring the manslaughter charge. McCartney targeted victims across the world over 5 years. He ordered some girls to film themselves abusing other children.
You had little girls, sort of an average age of 10 to 12 years old, many times, being threatened in the most depraved way. When he got that first photograph from them, he actually had a pre-prepared threat saved in his phone, which he would cut and paste into the chat. His offending was round the clock, and it was difficult to know when he actually did anything else.
A number of victims were in New Zealand. One father said his family had been devastated.
It all happened for my daughter within minutes. As soon as that first photo was sent, a sequence of events was in motion that, could never be undone. And he'd obviously honed his craft over, a significant period of time. And as soon as he had that power, she was playing by his rules.
McCartney is now facing justice with a life prison sentence.
The judge said the full extent of McCartney's crimes put the case on a par with murder. He told the court he couldn't imagine a more dangerous sex offender.
The detective leading the inquiry said there'd never been an investigation like it.
His offending was on an industrial scale. McCartney's actions have directly caused the death of a child. He may as well have pulled the trigger himself.
A man has been arrested after a woman's body was found at a caravan park at Ganadi in northern New South Wales.
Police found the body of a woman thought to be in her 50s at a property in Gunnedah yesterday morning. A 29-year-old man was arrested at the scene and later charged with domestic violence murder. Police believe the man and woman were known to each other and he remains in custody.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
The hunt is on with Gold Nuggets Gold Rush.
Open any Gold Nuggets flavor and look inside for a golden ticket. There is 100 kina, 200 kina, 500 kina, and 1,000 kina to be won instantly. And a total of 95,000 kina cash to be won nationwide. If you find a golden ticket, congratulations, you're a winner. Promotion ends on the 30th of November 2024. Contact Paradise Foods Limited on Facebook or call us on 732-11217.
Terms and conditions apply.
Curly, straight, soft, wavy, afro, short, long, healthy.
Palmolive Naturals for naturally beautiful hair.
It's formula infused with extracts like coconut oil, aloe vera and avocado to enhance your hair's natural beauty, giving you naturally beautiful hair that always looks gorgeous and smells great throughout the day. Palmolive Naturals.
Have a great hair day!
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom, more bundles. Top up now.
Hey there, would you like to be the next producer presenter for Kai Time or Kids Corner?
We're looking for two amazing hosts, one for our Kids Corner show and one for our cooking show, Kai Time.
If you love entertaining children and activities with children, then Kids Corner may just be for you.
And if cooking is your passion, why not join us on Kai Time and whip up some affordable and tasty PNG-style treats with us?
To apply, watch either one of our shows that you are interested in producing.
Like Kids Corner.
Or Kai Time.
Then send us a 3-minute video of yourself hosting a segment of Kids Corner or Kai Time, along with your CV and cover letter to the address showing on your screen.
So if you're ready to take the spotlight
and make some magic happen, apply now.
Only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. West Tigers Centre and Papua New Guinea International Justin Olam will be visiting Enga Province next weekend to witness the grand finals for local rugby league competitions in the province. The 3-day visit will also see Olam advocate on peace in the province.
Enga Sports Board Interim Chairman Stanley Teppen has invited Olam to attend the Enga Schools, Wapenamanda and Wabeg Rugby League Grand Final competitions. Olam, who played under Teppen when he was with the Lace Next Tigers in 2014 as his coach before he made his transition to Hunters and into NRL later on. The pair having a close connection, and given the current happenings in Enga with tribal conflicts and lawlessness, Teppen told MTV that he is bringing Olam over to convey positivity and peace. Teppen said Olam has undergone surgery on his knees at the back end of this year's NRL season after his debut season with the Tigers, and while he is still recovering, he has free time to attend. Olam will arrive in Port Moresby on Thursday before he travels to Enga on Friday. He will attend the Enga Schools League final in Wabeg, and on Saturday, Olam will head to Wapenamanda to witness the final of Wapenamanda League. Sunday, he'll watch the Wabeg League finals at Ipus Oval and will return to Port Moresby on Monday before departing for Sydney on Tuesday. Claire Mauta, Trukai Sports.
Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs back rower Jacob Preston was in Alatau, Milne Bay Province, giving moral support to the Idimo Nines tournament.
Tournament founder and president Noel Arias said Preston was in town as a tourist who travelled into Alatau with his family to attend the Coco show. In a display of moral support to the Idimo Nines tournament, Preston took time to play footy with the rugby players at the Alice Wedega Park. Preston departed for Port Moresby on Thursday evening, where he transited to catch his flight back home. Arias said the tournament has secured a plate sponsor from MPLC Limited and Senina Cafe, and member for Kiriona Good Enough and opposition leader Douglas Tomuresa has come on board to sponsor the tournament. Claire Mauta, Trukai Sports.
The Motu Koita School's Modified Games Rugby League competition has been suspended for 2 weeks at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium.
The games have been suspended for 2 weeks, last week and this week, due to registration of school students not submitted to the Papua New Guinea National Rugby League office. It was also revealed that the suspension was due to injuries sustained in the first week of the mini-modified games. The games are expected to kick off next week Saturday with an exciting twist of fun with the Cook Islands I2 rugby team who will be traveling into Papua New Guinea next week for the Pacific Bowl Championships to conduct a footy session with the Motukoita school kids before the match against the PNG Kumuls the next day. Claire Mauta, Trukai Sports.
Premier Soccer League's first semi-finals met held today at the PNG Football Stadium, saw Ekari United victorious in their match against the LA City FC.
Despite the looming weather, the match went on with both teams vying hard to score the first goal. To no avail, both teams were left with nil points to half-time. With both teams returning to field, Ekari United kicked off the match. Minutes into the match, Ekari's number 6, Solomon Rani, scored the first goal. As LA City defended hard, Ekari goes in with 2 more goals, winning the match with 3 points to nil and successfully making it through to the grand finals. The man of the match was awarded to Ekari United's Solomon Rani. Claire Mauta, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Get ready for the biggest Gala League and Win promotion ever! Gala is sharing the love with even more prizes and more winners nationwide. All worth a whopping 300,000 kina! Prizes up for grabs include iPhone 15s, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultras, electric scooters, DJI drone, and the list goes on! Buy your favorite Gala stick ice cream, check the stick for a winning prize, and if you're lucky, call 73211 to claim your prize. Promo ends Friday, 8 November 2024. Terms and conditions apply.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
Two pilots break the world aviation record as the oldest to fly around the world, and they achieved that from Papua New Guinea. Bob Bates, 84, and Barry Payne, 77, set off from Mount Hagen, retracing the original flight path set by Americans 100 years ago.
Oh, you're famous in the media.
Oh, you are?
No, you are.
World Flight 100, a centenary television documentary celebrating history and the dogged determination of 2 elderly aviators while putting Papua New Guinea on the map.
We carry this on a flag on Papua New Guinea, we carry Lambalus, and we go along round the world.
They wanted time by me plantation house.
Making Diliman House belong family belong you come true. William House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy one the 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Now moving to overseas sports. The Matildas' new era has begun with a 1-point draw against Switzerland in front of a record crowd in Zurich.
Australia goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold made a great save to deny the 25th ranked Swiss the opener in the first time the two sides had ever played each other. Caitlin Ford was fouled by Switzerland's goalkeeper and put the Matildas ahead from the penalty spot 2 minutes before half-time. Geraldine Raultier's strike in the 58th minute earned the hosts a draw against the 15th ranked Australians. The Matildas' next match will be a friendly against Germany in Duisburg on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, no, it was good to be back out there again, obviously to play for your country, our country, and yeah, I mean to get the point tonight, I think we're a little bit disappointed not to come away with the win, and we wanted to keep a clean sheet tonight, so a few things that we can work on, but I think positive for our first game back together.
The Newcastle Jets scored a dramatic 2-1 comeback win over the Macarthur Bulls at the Campbelltown Stadium to kick off round 2 of the A-League Men's.
Marlon Yakulic opened the scoring for the home side, but a quick-fire double in the second half from Ellie Adams and a stoppage-time penalty save from Ryan Scott earned the visitors their first win of the season. Tempers fled after the match, leading to a red card for Macarthur assistant coach Christopher Gamble.
North Melbourne remains undefeated in the AFLW after the Kangaroos held off Adelaide Goanna by 8 points at Norwood Oval.
As the Indigenous round continues, Yasmin Garner led the way for North with 2 goals and 27 disposals. Katie Sherlock also booted 2 majors for the visitors. The Crows staged a fight back in the fourth quarter, but the Kangaroos held on to win 6-5-41 to 4-9-33. The victory returns North to the top of the ladder and a step closer towards the minor premiership, while the Crows' hopes of a top 4 finish have taken a hit, slipping to 7-3.
The Wildcats have beaten the Sydney Kings in their trailing finish in the NBL in Perth.
Keanu Pinder top scored for the home side with 34 points. Sydney's Kuat Noy got the margin to 1 point and then had a chance to send the match into overtime but missed a crucial 3-pointer with just seconds remaining, giving the Wildcats an 87-84 win. In Adelaide, the 36ers claimed a 99-93 overtime win against the Cairns Taipans. US import Montrez Harrell starred for the hosts with 36 points and 16 rebounds.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
They one time by me Platinum House.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come true. Whittam House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy him 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Arg! The hunt is on with Gold Nuggets Gold Rush.
Open any Gold Nuggets flavor and look inside for a golden ticket. There is 100 kina, 200 kina, 500 kina, and 1,000 kina to be won instantly. And a total of 95,000 kina cash to be won nationwide. If you find a golden ticket, congratulations, you're a winner. Promotion ends on the 30th of November 2024. Contact Paradise Foods Limited on Facebook or call us on 732-11217.
Arg! Terms and conditions apply.
The budget is the key financial event and policy-making event.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we hold discussions with the Institute of National Affairs Executive Director, Mr. Paul Barker, about the latest developments in the PNG economy.
The last minimum wage hearings were and determination was way back in 2014.
That's on Monday night.
Dreaming for more.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The weather report for the next 24 hours. In Southern Region, Port Moresby City, cloudy with periods of rain, showers, drizzles and thunderstorm. Daru, rain, showers and possible thunderstorm, easing to cloudy night. Kerema, few showers and possible thunderstorm to cloudy night. Halotau, periods of rain and thunderstorm to cloudy night. And Popondetta, periods of heavy rain, showers and thunderstorm to cloudy night. In the Momase region, Lae City becoming cloudy with periods of rain, showers and possible thunderstorms. Madeng becoming cloudy with periods of rain, showers and thunderstorms tonight. Wewak, cloudy periods with rain, showers and drizzles tonight. And Vanimo, cloudy with rain, showers and drizzles. In the New Guinea Island region, Lorengau, few showers to partly cloudy tonight. Kavieng, brief showers to fine and partly cloudy tonight. Kokopo and Rabaul, few evening showers to fine and partly cloudy tonight. Kimbe, rain showers and drizzles and possible thunderstorms. And Buka, sunny to mostly fine night. In the islands region, Mount Again City, moderate rain showers and possible thunderstorms to cloudy night. Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa, evening periods of rain and possible thunderstorm to cloudy. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, evening periods of rain and possible thunderstorm to cloudy.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Saturday, the 26th of October 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
It's Milo